Hi, this is Nick Muldoon, student number AIPC012979, and this is assignment 9A, part 1. Hi James, how are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. My name's Nick, I'm one of the financial counsellors here at the organisation. Did you find the place okay?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
That's good to hear. Sometimes people have a little bit of trouble with parking, so that was okay?
Yeah, it's alright.
Alright, that's fine. Alright, look, I've had a look at you did an intake before, filled out some details. So I've had a bit of a look over, but I was hoping you might be able to tell me why you're here.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on.
Just got a few things coming up. I'm going to have to take some time off work, and I don't think I'm going to be able to cover everything, and I'm just really a bit stuck of how to move forward
Okay.
at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's coming up?
So my daughter, unfortunately, has been diagnosed with leukemia. So hopeful prognosis, but she's had a month of treatment, and I've taken some time off work,
Mm-hmm.
but I am going to have to take another 2 months off work to take her to another lot of treatment. Work's really good about it.
Mm-hmm.
The job's there when I get back, but I am out of leave, out of all those options.
Right.
So it's going to be off savings, and
Mhm.
it's enough to cover the expenses
Mhm.
every day, but not the mortgage or
Okay.
any of the other repayments, and really don't want to lose the house.
Of course. That sounds very tough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so she's had some treatment, you've said, needs another 2 months.
Yeah.
You need to take some time off work.
Mhm.
Work's pretty good about it,
Yeah.
and you just want to see what you can do about the bills. It's starting
Yeah.
to get a bit full on.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look. I've got the form here that you filled out. So if you don't mind, I'll just confirm a couple of details
Sure.
with you. Okay. So yeah, no work whatsoever. There's you haven't looked into Centrelink or
No.
no, you don't. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. So I suppose that's not important right now. I was going to say, do you know how much income you're on at the moment, or?
Fortnightly is 2,700.
Okay. All right.
That's like with the job, but taking time off, it won't be any.
All right. So we're just going zero with that one. All right.
Yeah.
What's the? Yeah. How much is parking with the hospital? Is that?
It's a fair bit a fortnight.
Yeah.
It's like $50-$60 a fortnight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rip-off.
It is pretty, yeah,
Pretty
to pay
rich.
for that, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. How much do you have in savings?
It's about $6,000.
It is 6,000. Okay. All right. So we got the mortgage as well. So I've got here your monthly repayments are 2,000.
Correct.
Which means fortnightly 1,000. You got a credit card and a personal loan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How are they at the moment?
The balance or the?
Oh, I suppose paying them everything's sort of up to date.
It's up to date, but they'll be due like in the next few weeks.
Okay.
And I'm not going to have an income to pay them.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
But the home loan's due like 2 weeks time, and that's more impending, I suppose.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright. That's fine. So just sorry, James, just looking over the figures here. So it is, I'm so sorry to hear that. It is really tough, but it's great that you came in, so we can have a look, see what you're doing. So you did say as far as priorities go, it is to pay the house.
Yeah,
keep the house.
Keep the house. Like really, my wife passed away a couple of years ago. But we bought the house together to raise the kids in, and really don't want to lose the house. It's really safe space for the kids, and it's sentimental value as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So that house is numero uno. All right.
Yep.
How are you going?
Pretty stressed. Look, it's all starting to really affect me a bit. I'm starting to get like some headaches and some, I think, sort of related to anxiety, like tummy aches and that sort of stuff. Not really sleeping a lot with it all. So yeah, it's I'm just trying to hold it all together for the kids.
Yeah.
Really.
All right. Yeah. So, and I think maybe mentally that time off work might be good, just so you can focus on your daughter as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to work and focus at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, let's have a look at some options. So, work. As far as work goes, I want to confirm. I mean, we can always look at some sort of income, do a little bit of work. But I'm guessing you want to take that time.
I'd rather be focused on. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's at least we know what we're working with. That's fine. All right. So the other debts. I mean, do you have much support at the moment?
My parents are around. Mother has offered to lend me a car if I need it. It's like that. They've got 2 cars and they don't drive a lot.
Okay.
So that works. Yeah, that's helpful.
Sure.
Yeah.
So one option I was thinking to throw at you is, look, you've got a bit of a debt on the car currently, but if you sort of sold the car, at least there's another debt you don't have to worry about. And with what's left over, the difference between the value of the car and the loan, you can pay off that credit card as well. So that's another option for you. Your mother you've just said that your mother has a car that she'll let you borrow. I feel like it'll just tie you over and make sure those debts aren't too bad over this time. The other one as well is, look, we've just got to chat to the banks.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I mean, where we go from this is, it's really up to you what we do. I think, we can try and negotiate some sort of hardship arrangement with them. So it's really going to be a case of just biting the bullet and giving them a call and see what we can organise, arrange, and go from there. So, I mean, with the vehicles, just talking about, obviously you'll be without a car. A little bit of admin stress. You've ever sold a car before?
Yeah.
Just a little bit more effort, but you don't have to worry about paying those debts. But it frees everything up. The talking to the banks, it is intimidating.
Yeah.
But there is legislation in your favour. You're going through a lot. Might be a good idea to have a chat to them, and we can put things on hold. We can even look at the interest that would be accrued over that time. We can capitalise it, which is a fancy way of saying just put it on top of the loan and then extend the term, so make it an extra 2 months longer. It is something they can do. It's just, really depends on what we do, and we just got to have a chat to them about it. Okay? So, yeah, we've got those options. Now, in regards to the expenses, I just had a quick look. So your everyday expenses is about $1,400 a fortnight. And if you've got $6,000 in the bank, those savings will last you for 4 fortnights, which is the 8 weeks, the 2 months. So that's fine. So that's a good plan. That's the one you've kind of already organised, but I just wanted to check over those figures. So, and if we don't have to pay the mortgage and the other debts, then that's free. So your everyday expenses are looked after for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. But look, I mean, tell me your thoughts. There are a couple of options. What do you think sounds good to you?
I think it's pretty important to try and put the home loan on hold, preferably for the whole 8 weeks. Maybe look at, so I'd like to extend it. I'd like to look at that option. I don't know how I feel about talking to the bank though.
Okay. That's fine. So look, one option we can do is I can speak on your behalf. What I do need from you is a form which I've actually got on the back here. So if you want, here's one I prepared earlier.
Excellent.
If you sign down the bottom, I will make sure I organised it, but before you do sign it. So basically it gives me permission to speak on your behalf. Any updates I will notify you of. Any changes, any conversations I do have to let you know in person, in writing as well. So basically that's giving me permission to speak on your behalf. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, you can always be in the room when I speak to them as well. Alright. So that's what I'd need to be filled out if you want me to speak on your behalf. How do you feel about that one?
That feels okay. I don't want the bank to know too much about what's going on. Like, I'm happy for them to know that I've got to take the 2 months off with my daughter with her diagnosis, but I don't want them to know too many details about the diagnosis.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that brings up a good point. They're probably going to ask. So what do you feel comfortable with me saying?
I mean, you can tell them that, she's got their cancer diagnosis. I have to take 2 months off work for the treatment. And I've done that the previous month. I don't really want them to know about my, stress around it. But yeah, not too much more detail than that.
Okay, I can organise that.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. I think that's fair as well, because sometimes I want to get to know a little bit more, but we can keep it on track, so that's fine. As far as negotiation, we want to go for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
There's a negotiation. What would you be willing to accept if we can't get that? What about if they reduce the payment?
Yeah, I don't think that I'm not going to be able to come up with the money, so it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we could look like 6 weeks at the most. Or at the least, I should say. But I think I'm not going to be able to come up with that other one. Other than that, so
sure.
Yeah, I could do 6 and then maybe sell some stuff, sell some furniture or something like that to make that last. Yeah.
That's fine. So at least I know what I can work with. Alright, so you filled that one out?
Yep.
Did you have any questions about?
No, that makes sense.
No?
Yep, I have that.
So I've got that one. Alright, we're going for 8 weeks.
Yep.
We will accept 6.
Yep.
And we want strictly notes about how much I divulge about your situation.
Please.
Of course. Alright. So that's fine. That's the hardship. I'll organise a meeting during the week and I'll make sure that we have an outcome, or at least we've had the meeting by the next time I see you.
Yep.
I have to put things on hold when I put an application on.
Okay.
What else? Anything else? The thoughts about the car, or speaking to mum?
I think I'll have a chat to mum just to confirm. But I can jump on that pretty quick if that's all sorted. At least I think there's another 3 weeks before that one's due, so it gives me time to sort of
Okay.
Get that sold, I guess.
So we'll follow that one up in the next session.
Yeah.
But you'll have a chat to your mum.
Yeah.
And then from there, that will determine if you want to sell it hard or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So we've got that. So we don't want to talk about stress. Is it worth just me throwing an idea out? Look, doing a referral for maybe chatting with someone with mental health?
Look, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, just to organise that, even if... No, look, I'll organise to... Would you prefer to have a think about it?
Maybe give me some information I could have a look at before the next meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to sort of think about having appointments for myself while doing all the other appointments. So.
100% agree with you, but the only thing I'm going to say is if you don't look after yourself, it'll be harder to look after other people.
It's a very good point.
But no pressure, okay? I'll give you some documentation after this.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so right, I reckon that might be everything for now. So basically, what we're going to do during the week, I'm going to organise a meeting with the bank. I've got your confirmation. We're going to go try and negotiate for 8 weeks. We will accept 6. We want limits on what I say about your situation. You're also going to have a chat to your mum.
Yep.
And have a look at this documentation about the mental health. And you've also got the savings to tie you over for that time.
Yep.
How does that sound?
I think that's a good plan.
Good plan?
Yeah.
Any other questions, queries?
No, I think that's covered everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. I think that's it there, James. So look, we'll keep in touch. I've got the written consent as well. So yeah, we'll give you next meeting. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll follow up and we'll go from there.
No worries.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Robin, hi, Nick. How are you?
Nice meeting you. Good, thank you.
That's good. Look, sorry, I'm your client, James Foster. I'm the financial counsellor for him.
Okay.
So I was looking to have a chat about his, basically his credit with yourself. So did you receive the authorization I sent through?
Yes, I've got that on here.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So you're happy for me to have a chat?
Yeah, all lines up.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Robin. So look, I just wanted to see if we can organise a hardship proposal. Look, James is running through a tough time at the moment.
What's going on with James?
With James, well, look, his daughter has been diagnosed with cancer.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty average.
Yeah. So what's going to happen with her? What's the prognosis? How's he doing?
So prognosis, prefer not to chat too much about it, just out of respect for James. I can say, look, he's taken a little bit of time off work, 2 months to be exact.
Okay.
And it was purely just to help his daughter and care for her while she gets some treatment. So, the job, as far as the job goes, is stable. He's spoken to his boss. His job is held for him.
Okay.
Which basically brings up the point of he'd like to put the mortgage on hold. The main idea is just spend some time with his daughter, care for her. Interest and missed repayments, he'd like to recapitalise it on top of the loan and extend it out. So he's had a chat to me, basically. I've had a look at his financials. He's got enough to look after himself, but we just are hoping to negotiate a hardship proposal.
Okay. So how long does he want exactly to put the loan on hold?
Loan on hold? Yeah. He'd like 8 weeks to put it on hold.
Right. Okay. We'll have to have a look and see if that's an option for him. We could look at maybe doing a reduction for the 8 weeks on the loan. Be like half the repayments for the 8 weeks.
Okay.
Do you think we could look at that?
Look, I've got to be honest. He's not going to have any income.
Right.
So I see what you're saying, and thank you, but like there's going to be no income coming in to pay those half payments. Hence why I have asked for the full 8 weeks.
Okay.
So I think, based on our discussions, his history is pretty good. I mean, you're the one who sees his file. It's just basically 2 months, happy to throw it on top and get back into it.
I can see that he is very good with his payments. He hasn't missed any of them. He's got one coming up in a week's time. Yeah. Could we look at perhaps getting rid of the payments, I should say, putting them on hold for maybe 6 weeks and then come back to it?
Can we do the 8? I think it would just be easy for everyone. Everyone involved. This is not going to be fun to edit.
Yeah, look, I understand it's a really difficult situation for him. Probably good that he does have the time to focus on things with his daughter. So yeah, I think because of such his good history and everything, we can do the 8.
We can do the 8?
Yeah, put it on hold for the 8. That's fine.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are we able to get this in writing?
Yeah, of course. We can get the paperwork
Perfect.
sorted out. Probably get it across to you in the next day.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much. So basically, James taken some time. So you've agreed to put it on hold for 8 weeks and basically send out a confirmation.
Yep, no problem. We can do that.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Nick.
All right. Hi, just doing the review section. So, once again, we have income and expenses and the action plan. So in regards to the income and expenses, I've kind of run through the assumption that James has done an intake session with the organisation and filled out all this detail. So I wasn't going to go through everything one by one, but just confirm a few items such as income, debts, and just confirm with them that we've got the right information. So basically drew it out from the sheet that we had. So I had total expenses being $1,404 a fortnight, which based on the scenario of a $6,000 in savings would tie him over for 4 fortnights or the 8 weeks as requested. Then you take into account the debts and it's $2,600 a fortnight that is in the red. As far as the action plan, first item we had was negotiate a hardship. Who will complete this? This was the financial counsellor. Date to be completed, organise date I said within the week. And date to be followed up in the next session. Action, I had speak to Mum about car. Who will complete this? James. The idea being that from speaking to his mum to confirm, then we can look at selling the current car. Kind of left it open. Maybe we could speak to the bank about putting the car loan and the credit card on hold. Maybe we even do a refinance. So, there's a few options there. We weren't looking to sell the car straight away, but at least see what options we had. Then we had action. So James to consider the mental health referral. So he wasn't too keen. There was a lot going on. I suggested he think about it and give him some information. So basically, James to complete, date to be completed during the week, and then follow up in the next session, and I would see how he felt about the referral. So a few questions. How do you think that went? I didn't think it was too bad. I think I'm starting to get a bit more of a flow. They are complex examples, which I've said in the last one. I think it's interesting trying to balance the sort of being empathetic and getting the story, but then also getting items to work on. Action items, tying it all in together, doing the notes, doing the paperwork in regards to the authorization. So you're kind of balancing a lot. I know obviously over time you get stronger, and then all organizations would probably have their own process or checklist for when you're speaking to clients, just to help you out. I'm also mindful the examples generally have always happy endings. You can kind of get things done. I have a sneaking suspicion that's not always going to be the case, which may be tough. So really, make sure that there's a bit of a focus on the self-care, but that's just, I don't know, another thought I had. Challenging. I didn't mind the chat with the banker. I had a bit of a background in finance, so I felt very confident talking to them. Whether it goes well or not that easily in an example is, up in the air. As I said, it was a kind of a happy example. Maybe there might have been, James might have had really bad credit history and they might not have accepted it so easily. Even the partner who was helping me decided to throw in the 6 weeks just to keep me on my toes, just to try and push me a little bit more. So I stood to my guns, which was fine. So I didn't think it went too well. Went too badly, sorry. How to improve? Love some extra feedback. I think sometimes I know there's a time limit with the first section, and I think I dawdled on a little bit. The banker meeting, I think, was short, sharp, and to the point. I think I like to take a little bit more time with the clients just to help them through. Thanks a lot.